guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Autobotimus coming to you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Robots in Disguise Autobot Drift. A slightly new version of Drift, which kind of is like his Age of Extinction version. For the vehicle, though, you can see what's going on here, but as you can see, he's not blue, he's orange. And actually, one little piece of information for you is that the original Drift in the Age of Extinction movie was supposed to be an orangish color. Bugatti just didn't have an orange one available, I guess. So it's kind of funny that, well, hey, we couldn't do it in Age of Extinction, let's do it in Robots in Disguise. So there you have him. But one thing that you're seeing is he's very orange, whereas this is a much more goldish color. The color's really more neon. You got the nice Transformers logo there, Robots in Disguise. He also kind of looks like Transformers animated Prowl when he got his samurai look. So I don't know, but there you have him right there. Come around here to the back. Of course, you got the new Transformers game, which you can download off of Android or Apple devices. You can scan the Autobot logo and you can play that character in the game. And then you can see that he transforms in 7 steps. And here are the instructions. I'm wondering if they actually put the instructions in there. I don't think they did. I think the instructions are just right there, which is kind of funny. And then down here in the bottom, you see also available Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, and Steeljaw. But for the packaging on him, that is about it. So without further ado, let's get him open and see how cool he actually is. And first, I'd like to dedicate this review to a little 5-year-old viewer of mine over in the UK who knows more about Transformers than anybody else, named Brody Wayne. Brody, this video is for you, little man. But as you can see, for the vehicle mode, very similar to a Bugatti that we almost got in Age of Extinction, especially here in the color. But you can see some elements that are kind of taken, like the back section here. I mean, it kind of has that sleek look of a Bugatti. And overall, it's a fairly nice looking car. You got these nice tires that roll. You got a red stripe right here. You got the black and the orange. Like I said, the orange here is a little bit more neon than it looked in the cartoon or the packaging, I should say. But I don't think it looks all that bad. You got some nice blue highlights right here in the very front. You got this cool kind of crest here on the front, which carries through in the robot mode for him. So it's pretty neat. One thing that's neat is I'm going to bring in Bumblebee. It is basically the same engineering, although it's kind of reversed. Here we have Bumblebee. Then you come around here to the bottom, and a lot of the transformation elements are very similar, except it's flip-flopped, which is kind of interesting. So the front of Bumblebee, in terms of the engineering and where the feet are reversed here on Drift. So the feet and everything are on the back of them, which is kind of cool. And you can see, like, underneath here is his head, the arms tuck up under here. But it's kind of cool that they were able to take basically the same engineering, reshell it, and do a little bit of a flip on it. I think that's pretty cool. But vehicle mode, you can see that he's a little bit wider than Bumblebee is, but basically about the same length or so. Bumblebee may be a little bit longer just because of this little piece right here. So you do have that, but it's overall fairly cool. He rolls fairly well. He does have weapon storage here in the vehicle mode. You can see little tabs right here that slot into the handles of his swords, and you just pull those out. We're going to do that for the transformation anyhow. And again, he's got 2 swords, one longer than the other. They're just molded plastic. There's nothing really spectacular or special about these. But to transform him, he's very, very similar to how Bumblebee transformed. Like I said, they are basically the same sort of design, just with a different shell kind of going on here. So first we're going to loosen these arms up. They tab in very securely, and then pull these away from the body just like so. This section here, you can rotate that around. Take this, lift these back just like so. Going to split the legs. Rotate him here at the waist itself, fold these down, creating his feet, fold that down like so, straighten these arms, they extend out just a little like so, and then you fold this down just like that. And that's it. That's all you need to do to transform Drift. And again, he has a really cool samurai look to him. And I mean, overall, it has a very neat presence to him. I really do think that he utilizes that design of Bumblebee very nicely. But one thing that I am a little bit disappointed in is that he is the same design as Bumblebee. While it utilizes it nicely, I wish that he was actually a little bit different. The biggest thing is that he just feels like we've gotten them before. It doesn't really change too much, and it just, the transformation, it's not that fun to do, honestly. So I guess in that respect, he's a little bit of a downer, but storage-wise for his weapons, I do like that you got the little slots right here. But the problem comes in that when you do slot them in, while they look good there, then you come around, oh, they're just sticking straight out. It's kind of weird. I wish they could have angled that down a little bit more, and I don't know why they couldn't have. In the design of this, you could have made the actual peg, you know, kind of angled down a little bit more. I guess if you would have done that, it would have created some problem here with his back leg kibble. So I guess that's a good reason why they wouldn't have done it. But I mean, I do like the way he looks. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like it's not as original, you know, despite all the new parts and everything. It just feels like you know, same thing, different figure. I mean, I just don't have fun with them. I really don't. One thing that is cool is his head sculpt. It really does have a very kind of wise old man look to it. Coming in here to take a look at it. But you are noticing that there is some paint that is not done on him, specifically there in his beard. It would have been nice if they actually were able to paint that and put some actual color into the facial hair on him, but other than that, you can see that that crest that he had in the vehicle mode actually carries over here, and he does have that there as well. So I mean, it's not a bad look for him, but I just, like I said, I think Bumblebee works a little bit better. So bringing in B, get his head turned a little bit so he can stand there. I mean, it works. It does look different than Bumblebee, but I keep reiterating and I keep saying it over and over again that it's just not as fun for me. Now, for his articulation, the head will look left and right, doesn't look up and down. He does rotate here at the shoulder. The ball joint section is actually here on the inside. You can see you got this crazy bend thing here, so you do have that. He rotates at the upper part of the bicep. He's got a bend here at the elbow. He actually does have a wrist swivel that allows him to move his wrist in and out, and that's not too bad. At least it kind of pulls it away from this outer side panel. He rotates at the abdominal, not so much the waist. It's right below his chest area. These little pieces here do flex outward, which allows you to get a lot more range of motion with the legs. If you keep it down like that, kind of keeps it stuck in one spot, although I mean it really doesn't, just kind of makes things move out. But you do have that. You can move them in and out. They rotate here at the upper part of the thigh, bends here at the knee, and then I guess you could say that he's got foot pivot right there. So you can ninja him up, get these in his hands. All their articulation is there. Posability is actually not all that bad. You can get some decent poses with the guy, and he does look overall fairly cool in terms of his robot look. It's just, again, it just doesn't feel as fun. And that's a bit disappointing, if you ask me. So getting these out, we're going to be transforming him back to his vehicle mode. And again, you got the sticker right here, which allows you to scan it with your smartphone, and you can play him as a character in that video game. So just straighten out his head. You want to rotate here, bring these two halves together, clip all this in like so, kind of lift this up, get that, make sure you squeeze everything there, and then you fold these feet up like that. The arms are going to collapse inward here. You got a tab on the inside here that you, well, collapse these arms. Then you tab that in there, and then you can put that there. Do that on this side as well. Collapse these arms up. Tab that in along the side. Tab this piece right there. Get that in there just like that. Rotate this section. Well, I probably should not have put the arms all the way in yet. Fold this out and just kind of stretch that around. Come on, there we go, just like that. Bringing that up like so, and you can have him have a door opening thing. Just slide this down. Oh wait, forgot. Take this section, rotate this around like so, and then tab that down, and then bring that down, tabbing this all into place. And here you have Drift back in his vehicle mode. Now, all in all, I really like what they're doing with the RID line. I do understand that they're trying to keep it more simple for kids and things of that nature. And in that respect, I think they're doing a great job. I just really feel like Drift should have had his own engineering. He didn't really benefit from copying the same engineering as Bumblebee. While I think it's great in that they were able to utilize that's a wonderful touch that they were able to do, I just don't feel it worked all that successfully here with Drift. The transformation is just really very boring. Now, vehicle mode, I think he looks great. He's got a very cool, like I said, Bugatti sort of look, but the transformation is just, for me, too boring. Bumblebee's itself wasn't all that inspiring, so revisiting it here with Drift was just kind of bleh. And then robot mode, while not bad, just something about it doesn't sit well all that great with me. So for me, the best aspect of this toy is probably his vehicle mode, and based off of that, just liking one out of the three kind of key elements of the Transformer, it's not one that I would really recommend you rush out and try and get. Obviously, if you're collecting the figures and if you're a fan of them, you're gonna want to have as many of the characters as possible, and that's where this will come in. So if you're trying to round out that display, obviously I would recommend getting them. Like I said, I just wouldn't put a huge rush on trying to get this guy. But if you are interested in picking them up, they are slowly starting to trickle out to retail, or as always, there's Big Bad Toy Store. So all you have to do is click on the link down in the video description, you'll go to BBTS where you can pick this guy up and add him to your collection today. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with me by liking my Facebook page at facebook.com/teambotimus and by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. Also, I'd encourage you to check out my website at optibotimusreviews.com, where you can see all my videos from the previous week, see what I have coming up for future release, and also get your very own Optibotimus t-shirt. And be sure to check out Sabertron.com for all your Transformer news as well as photo galleries on this and other Transformer figures. And finally, I'd also really appreciate it, guys, that if you like this review, don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Class dismissed.